See you later, Brooklyn. Have a great rest of your day and or night. And welcome, everyone, to another live stream here on the channel. Glad to have you guys here yet again. Sorry for the bit of inactivity. I'm glad I didn't have to cancel today because a lot of stuff was happening. So, let's go ahead and just dive right on into this so that way we can talk about the severe potential. Make sure everything's good here. I haven't streamed in a little while, so if it disconnects, it wouldn't be a shocker to me. So, let's see what we have in here. We have that random guy, Legacy Marcus, Pez, as well as Haley, Victoria, Grayson, Mary, Brooklyn, Mr. Tank Girl Dev. Glad to have you guys all in here. Legacy, don't know if I said Legacy, but Legacy's in here as well. Glad to have you guys all in here. And, oh, look, there's a Legacy. 9 months for being an EF1 member. You are getting pretty close to a year. 9 months. 9 months into a EF1 membership. I'm sure we've all seen the Aurora. I stayed up, way too late yesterday waiting for that thing. And I actually managed to get quite a few pictures of it, so it was actually worth the wait, unlike some things that I wait for at 2, 3 a.m. So, guess I'll be doing that again tonight, possibly. I have no idea. I hear that the peak is like 3, 4 a.m. I don't know if I'm going to be staying up that late. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about severe potential because there's a lot of it, at least for the next 3 days. And then the GFS, the GFS does what the GFS does and shows a big outbreak. We won't really talk too much about that. I will mention it and tell you where I think the most likelihood of severe weather may be. But first, let me just go through some of our severes. We just experienced a decently strong tornado up here towards Pittsburgh, actually. We had a very photogenic, decently strong tornado. I heard reports of a church being damaged up here in Pittsburgh. Now, which storm did it? This one. There you go. So out here on southern Pittsburgh, we had one in Finleyville, Jefferson Hills, not but about 20 minutes ago or so. This is the debris ball that we had, so quite a notable debris ball there on reflectivity. So very low precipitation, photogenic tornado that occurred out there towards Finleyville, Pennsylvania, southwest of Jefferson Hills today. If I'm not mistaken, we probably saw another one. I know we had a pretty intense couplet out there in New Mexico. I haven't heard anything about that dropping a tornado. So to my knowledge, this was the only tornado of the day, and I did track that. If it stayed on the ground any longer, I was going to live stream early, but it managed to lift relatively fast. We'll keep an eye out for these other severes, but these are just your ordinary severe thunderstorms. This one might be a little bit higher end. Actually, it's still your ordinary severe on the lower side there, actually. I mean, this is, yeah, so that's where your tilt comes in handy. So if we switch this to tilt 3, not even tilt 3, geez, yeah, you gotta go tilt 4 or higher in order to see that storm, because we have a big old mountain block in the way, so the radar's scanning just the hills here. It's scanning just hills and grass in the mountain. And then this stuff's all normal severes. Oh, that just went sub-severe there. So, yeah, nothing too over the top. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch out here for, is this Owl? Okay, this is Manitoba. I thought this might have been Alberta. This is Manitoba up here in Canada. Nothing too special up here either. Just some ordinary severes. I don't see anything too ridiculous with that stuff. So, yeah, I suppose I should pull y'all over here to the model runs here. You know what? I'll pull you right back over here to show you the SPC outlook. I can't tell you how many times I've done that before. So here's today's outlook. We've got a large slight risk, and or rather a large marginal and a small slight risk for severe weather. So nothing too high end, level 1 and a level 2, nothing over the top. Tornado threat's fairly low. We've got a level 1 marginal for tornadoes across the board there. Level 1 for hail and a level 2, actually level 2 for hail, level 1 for wind. So this is your wind outlook level 1, tornado threat level 1, hail outlook is actually a level 2 right there. Then we go into tomorrow. I don't see anything too special with tomorrow either. You know, level 1 marginal, level 2 slight risk. This should be the same ordeal. Level 1 tornado threat should be level 1 wind as well. Oh, nope, actually a level 2 wind now. So probably a level 2 hail, yeah. So level 2 wind and hail tomorrow, which is a slight risk. But still a level 1 for the tornado threat. I don't see that much of a tornado threat tomorrow. So I agree with the SPC on that. It looks like a messy mode. If we manage to see like a discrete storm out here tomorrow, it will most likely end up trying to produce a tornado. But if we have this sloppy mode that models are painting, it shouldn't be anything too over the top. And then we go into Monday. I do believe Monday is going to be our biggest day out of the 3. We've got a large slight risk for severe weather and a decently large marginal risk for severe weather. This is actually a significant day. We've got a 15 hatched area. This is mainly for the potential of extremely large hail in the around the realms of 2 inch in diameter, which is actually very large hail. Damaging winds are also going to be a concern, probably near 70-mile-per-hour winds. Now, the SPC right now actually says the tornado threat should be extremely low for Monday. However, I gotta say, I see a lot of potential in Monday if we manage to see the right storm mode. So if we manage to see discrete storms or say a line with embedded supercells, I think we could easily see a few tornadoes on Monday. But I still don't see anything like outbreak potential. I just, the low tornado threat, I think it's going to be a little bit higher than the 3 days. So say for instance, we got a 2% today, 2% tomorrow. I think maybe Monday could go 5% tornado risk. But I don't see that being like outbreak potential whatsoever by any means. So I'll keep an eye on it, but I really don't think it will be anything too crazy for Monday, aside from the hail and the wind threat and the isolated embedded tornado threat. Now, beyond that, we are, of course, seeing a pattern develop. I told you guys it would appear on the models, and it's already got some people, like Girl Dev, unfortunately, in a panic there. Girl Dev, I'll let you know this right off the bat. It looks to stay to your south. I don't see any model that shows you getting in tornado action. So you should be perfectly fine. I don't see much for Indiana or the Midwest out of this one, but it could change. Like I said, I really don't want to talk about it too much because it's far out to the point where it's going to change a bunch. It's going to change a bunch. So unfortunately, it could shift that way. You never know, so I don't want to say you're completely in the clear because I don't know. I don't know. It's so far out to the point where I wouldn't even be worrying about it, which hopefully you don't worry about it, but I know you do because of storm anxiety. What about us in Kentucky? It will probably be pretty much where the same system hit last week. So probably much of the same areas are going to be at risk for tornadoes out of this next system. Exactly where and who, I can't tell you because we're far out. Now, I didn't take a look at the CPC. I wonder if they have any outlined areas here. Yeah, they don't have any outlined areas for precipitation, which means they're not expecting any widespread uh, activity. Um, Oh, but yeah, their temperature outlook definitely definitely shines on that tornado potential and severe potential. This is another one of those instances where it looks like a pretty decent um, temperature outlook here. So for like this week, which I don't expect much severe weather. I mean, you can see we have above average in the southeast. That should be for rainfall, and then we have above average for temperatures out here. But then as we go into next week, May 19th through the 25th, it's going to be on the latter half of that time frame, pretty sure. Yeah, you're looking at probably May 21st through the 25th or 26th, right around there. But you can see the blue. That's what I look for severe weather. I always look for blue in the west and red in the east. And this does have below average in New Mexico, Arizona out there and above average on the eastern side. So it doesn't mean that everybody in here is going to see severe weather by any means. What it does mean is that a pattern favorable for severe weather is most likely starting to be a hinting on the models at least. I don't want to be I don't want to say it's going to be a problem or anything. It's just starting to appear on the models to the point where I believe we should be watching it. But first, we got to get through these 3 days of severe weather, and I don't think any of them require coverage at all. I don't plan on doing coverage on these 3 days whatsoever. Maybe Monday. Monday is possible for live coverage. That might be a day that I end up covering live here. But it still doesn't look like anything too over the top. If you guys follow me on Twitter, or if you just follow me on here on YouTube, I'll mention it right now. We did end up with the potential for a derecho. I don't know if they've officially declared it a derecho, but we did have widespread 60 to 80 mile an hour winds in this area. When I said that there was the potential for a derecho, we did see one form about 1 a.m. I believe out here in Mississippi and Alabama. That tracked to the southeast, merged with more storms, and then pushed this way until eventually got off the coastline of Florida and Georgia. It did end up also dropping notable tornadoes in and around the Tallahassee area. So that was most likely a derecho. I don't know if they've confirmed that, but it was a swath of damaging winds and it tracked, I mean, 600 miles. So I believe that's more than I'm not that good with math, but I'm pretty sure 600 is more than 240. So in my books, that should definitely be, at least looked into to qualify it as a derecho, but that's up to the National Weather Service. Let's see here. Hello, Isabel. Welcome to the stream. Sebastian, this is a briefing, but if we manage to see any tornado warnings or whatnot, I'll talk about them. But this is really a briefing. Let's see here. Isabel, Monday. Probably Monday. I'm camping on the 24th through the 28th. Should I be worried? Never be worried, but I would definitely be glued to the forecast. Because that definitely seems to be like the perfect time frame of what we'll be watching. Really, right now, models are showing, like I said, between probably the 20th and the 26th. The closer we get, the more we'll know. But we'll see. I wouldn't cancel the trip by any means whatsoever. But I would definitely be watching the forecast very, very closely. And it's going to switch around, I'm sure. I wonder if I look up the weather over there in Kentucky, if they're going to call for clear skies right now. Because it switches around like that. Like for a week, it will just say clear skies, and then the day before the event, it'll be, oh, nope, now you got the potential for severe weather. Let's see here. Well, that's a video of the tornado in PA today. Yep, very photogenic. It didn't seem to be that strong. It looked very strong from the radar perspective. Let's see here. You're welcome, Isabel. I don't know if you heard about the potential again for auroras tonight. For those of you who missed it yesterday, there is a very high chance that the entirety of the U.S. sees auroras again tonight. Now, most of these auroras, and even the ones yesterday, you were not able to see them from just your eye. You'd have to be up in Pennsylvania to do that. I actually like the roars got very strong here towards Martinsville to the point where I actually did see them with just my eye. But most of the time, you're going to have an exposure camera or a special camera or just a phone camera in general with night mode just so that way you could see the auroras. You're not most of the time you're not going to see it just with your eye, especially if you're down in this general vicinity here. I would be very surprised if you could see it with just your eye. But of course, if you're up here, you're probably going to see it with just your eye, considering that it's a G5. I don't know if they've updated that, and nor do I know if I can show that on stream. Actually, hold on, I'll look at that on another monitor. Let's see. Um. Oh, just got out of an extreme storm. So yeah, the peak will probably be very late tonight into tomorrow morning. Great. Yeah, I'm probably not going to chase that too much, to be honest. I already saw it yesterday. Cloud cover lifts at like midnight tonight, which is a perfect timing in my area. But, I mean, I don't know if I can stay up till 2 a.m. again. Yeah, frankly, you're doomed. Unfortunately, if you're in the south central U.S., out in this general area, there's a very high likelihood that you're just going to be completely demolished by cloud cover tonight. So probably not going to be seeing the aurora in the majority of this area, unless that storm system hurries up and gets out of here. But I'd be pretty surprised if anyone manages to see the aurora out here. And in my area, the cloud cover is just barely going to exit in time. Right now, it's in South Central West Virginia, but the bulk of it is actually passing over me right now, so I'll probably be good to go as early as 1 hour from now. Alrighty. So yeah, today, like I said, not a big hail, or rather, not a big tornado threat, more of a big hail threat. That is Tor possible, but it's in a bad area because we're not going to be able to see it from radar. Oh, hey, that's a hail spike. Sheesh. Yeesh. That's some big hail right there. 73 dBz on that one. That's probably dropping some pretty large hail, if I had to say so. I wish we had a closer radar. Let's see here. I have no idea, Isabel. All I know is that there's going to be some auroras tonight somewhere inside the United States. That's all I know. That's all I know. Should the 16th be a concern for me in Texas or not anymore? The 16th. The 16th. Let me just see here. What is that? Is that a Thursday? I mean, it doesn't look that impressive unless you're in like South Central Texas. Might have some few storms from it. But I mean, there's so many uncertainties on it. There's a lot of uncertainties on the upcoming severe events, even tomorrow's uncertainty. So, I'll just keep y'all posted. I will try to go live tomorrow. Can't make any promises because I don't know how busy I will be, but I'll attempt to be live tomorrow. And then I will be live Monday. I'm going to try to do some coverage on Monday. Hello, Caleb. Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. When will I be able to see it? Proxy, we should be able to see it after the clouds clear and it gets dark. We'll probably be able to see it with cameras. I would say midnight's probably going to be when you really start to see it. But right now, I mean, it doesn't look impressive at all. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time before we can start seeing it. Because it does not look good at all. I'll check NOAA's forecast here. Right now, it's all the way up in, like, freaking Greenland or something. So it's going to take a hot minute before it really gets going again. Which is why I don't see it being peak at like 9 a.m. Somebody said it was, or 9 p.m. tonight. I don't see that being peak. Once it hits though, it's gonna get like it's gonna go boom. When it hits, you'll know if you're paying attention to the forecast. But it's probably gonna be a good 5 hours here. Let's see here. Yeah, SWPC just put out another G5 watch for the potential tonight. Most likely 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. time frame. So you're looking at late tonight. Very late tonight, to the point where you might as well just start going to sleep now. Let's see. Yeah. What's that? Hold on a second. Yeah, probably late. Because it's calming down right now. And then it's gonna ramp right back up very soon. But I mean, we were at a I can't believe we were at a freaking 9, bro. G5 KP9, that's crazy. Once in about an every 20 to 30 year event right here. Absolutely crazy. Let me go down on chat here. Seems like cloud cover will be an issue for a lot of the U.S., mainly the southwestern U.S. That's where it's going to be the biggest issue. Pull that up. There we go. Pull this up. Yoink. Yeah, here's our damage report. Interesting. Definitely not on the ground right now, I can tell you that. We'll keep an eye on it, though. We will keep an eye on it. That could definitely rapidly develop. Alright, shoot. Let me switch all over here. So this is the GFS. Should be, yeah, this is GFS 18Z here. Take this with a grain of salt. But generally what we're looking at is the chance for severe weather. Monday should be our biggest day, at least potential-wise. Tuesday could be a little interesting for the Florida Panhandle, right near the peninsula as well. Generally right near Tallahassee, all the way towards like Jacksonville. It should be pretty interesting for Florida, but there is a bit of uncertainties regarding that. The main thing is we don't really have a very strong belt of flow here. Monday has a bit of a trough, which is why I'm more intrigued and interested in Monday as well as Tuesday. Then that gets out of here. Shouldn't have to worry about that again. And then this one's going to try to sneak in a severe threat on Thursday night into Friday. You can see that. Now, this explodes it for the Deep South. That would be a big old uh-oh right there if that were to happen. Yep, even an embedded shortwave with that. Look at that. That would be a big old issue right there. Very interesting. And then we get our big system that I'm really watching. This is our next big system potential. We talked about this time frame between really late May is what we were looking at. And that's your next possible big system, which explodes there. Yeah, right. On Tuesday, May 21st there. That's going to be your next big potential. And let's just look at consistency, because I bet there is barely any consistency here. Let's see. Yeah, these just started. These just started on consistency. You can see how they're all over the place right here. I mean, like, each one of these models are crazy. But now, they are definitely starting to get consistent to the point where I would be watching it. Definitely want to give it a few more days before we really start talking about the surreal potential of a big threat. But that would definitely be a high-end potential. But again, it would probably be a fight between when that capping builds. Right now we're in Fantasyland though, so like I said, it's going to change a lot. I wouldn't be homed in on it. Man, the things that GFS spits out towards the end are actually funny sometimes. Because you just know, like, this would never happen. Like, that's just never gonna happen. Even if it did happen, it's not like it would be anything big because it's so disorganized. There's no even solid belt of flow along here. There's like 4 embedded shortwaves over here somehow. Oh man. Let me bring the this site over here. I do want to let y'all know hurricane season is definitely upon us. So if you happen to live on the coastline, now is the time to prepare for hurricane season. The wait is over. You need to start that hurricane preparedness plan right away. Hurricane season runs from June 1st all the way through November 1st, last time I checked. It actually might be November 30th. Let's go check! Let's see. June 1st and November 30th. There you go. But the National Hurricane Center will begin advisories as necessary and or on May 15th. So May 15th, I honestly, before that, I expect an area of interest out here in the Eastern Pacific. The EPAC is what we call it. Holy crap, why are we so zoomed out? Gracious. There we go. I'm going to have to make a new scene for tropical season. But this is probably going to be an issue here. We've got this area that's setting up out here for May 14th, and that's probably going to try to form something and see if the GFS does anything. And there it is. There's a tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane. Oh, wow. What is the GFS doing? That's GFS for you. Probably another one. Oh, nope. Okay, I just know GFS to the point where I was expecting a second one. Oh, see, there it is. There's your second one. It's on the other model run. Fujiwara type effect right there. But that is definitely a very surreal possibility. If we look at our ensembles here, you can see that they are in a very tight agreement on a tropical system trying to form and making landfall towards Mexico. Or moving out west into the sea. So I would definitely be into the Eastern Pacific. I would definitely be keeping an eye on that. I'm expecting the National Hurricane Center to highlight an area of interest generally out in this vicinity here very soon. Very, very soon. Because, I mean, this is only 100-ish hours out. We've been watching this for over like 2-3 weeks at this point. So no surprise that we are watching it still. So we'll keep an eye on it. And as for the Northern Atlantic, or just the Atlantic as a whole, let's see if anything pops out. Yeah, nothing at all yet. But there will be the opportunity towards late May for something to try to occur out near the Caribbean. And same goes for out there in the EPAC as well. But nothing that should be of concern to the mainland U.S. Probably, I mean, I'd be surprised if we see a landfalling system until August or so. But we are definitely slowly starting to creep up onto hurricane season. But like I said, as for the severe weather potential, the thumbnail that I have on here is, of course, based off the next 3 days. I don't really want to talk too much about beyond the next 3-4 days here. What I really want to get through here is once May 16th rolls around, we should know more about the next system. There's 3 systems. There is three systems that could easily cause mesoscale, a mesoscale environment favorable for strong tornadoes at any given point. At any given point in the next 2 weeks, because we have these little short waves that try to sneak through. One potential is definitely going to be Monday, Tuesday. Next one's going to be May 15th, or rather May 16th, May 17th, May 18th, and May 19th. Then the next potential is going to be May 20th, around the time frame of the May 20th, all the way through, probably the 25th or 26th, or right around there. So a lot of things, to keep it on, a lot of stuff to watch closely. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's just a hail core. To be honest, quite surprised they warned that. I mean, it really only had one scan of potential, and then it just fell apart. So I'm pretty surprised they warned that. After it does this cell merge, it might be in a bit of a better chance to try to do something. I don't know the environment out here. 7:20. Okay, we got a new meso analysis 20 minutes ago. That's good enough. Let me check the. Wow. Trash. Hot garbage. Yeah, this does not have much potential at all. But still, tornado warning in effect out there towards Uniontown. Make sure you're in your safe spot there. That is in southwestern Pennsylvania. So today's outlook, we've got a slight risk for severe weather out here, and a marginal risk surrounding that. So that, oh wow, they did just put that one as considerable now. Yeah, big hail core, dude. We are far from the radar, so there's a high chance that it's not actually this large of hail falling. But definitely want to keep an eye on that for sure. And tornado chance today, not high. 2%, 5% wind, 5% hail, 15%. 15% hail. My word, I'm not going to remember that. 2% tornado risk, 5% wind, 15% hail. Tomorrow, we've got nearly the same ordeal. 2% tornado risk, 15% wind, 15% hail. And then out here towards day 3, Monday is going to be the best potential for it. Yes, I do remember you. Sure do. Hello, Samuel. Welcome to the stream. No, that's barely a 2% up there, Pez. I mean, you'd be looking at a very small 2%, probably south of Pittsburgh, right, like right in here. I mean, it wasn't enough for the SPC to warrant a 2% area. But yeah, I was thinking of possibly going vertical for YouTube, because it allows us to reach a more of an audience. But I think I might experiment with that on my alt account first to see what it's like, because I don't want to switch like the whole platform here, because that's why I did that poll to see how many of you guys use phones and whatnot, and a little over half of you guys use phones, just phones. Let's see here. What apps do you use? Too many. Too many. Main ones are Radar Omega and GR2 Analysis and GR Earth. Those are the 3 main. So this is also considerable. I don't know if... Okay, that's still considerable for 1.75 inch hail out there, Southwest PA. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. But not a big severe threat today by any means. Let's see if the HRRR has completely changed up the entire forecast. Yep. That's the HRRR for you. All right, let me just show y'all the old HRRR. Here's the old HRRR. Watch this. Big explosion of severe weather here at 5, 6 o'clock today, like now. And if we go to the forecast from 2 hours ago from the HRRR, it still initiates like one or two storms, and the newest one, nothing, nothing at all, nothing whatsoever. Not surprised by that. This thing's in a nice, good old radar hole. This is Texas for you, dropping 1.5-inch hail, possibly even greater than that. So we'll keep an eye on these storms, but just like the other day, they're gonna be big old hailers. Speaking of the other day, we actually had a recorded hailstone of 6.5 inches in diameter. I didn't see the report, so I wasn't live for it at all, which sucks. But we did see it. That day was an outbreak because there wasn't any like. Here, let me dissect this. So we had the random West Virginia naders, the random Iowa tornado, the random Missouri tornado. We had the morning round of damaging winds, hail, and a few tornadoes. Then we had the derecho, possible derecho. Then we had the evening round that we covered a bit of the massive hailers. So you had so many different rounds of severe weather on that day. So many different rounds, which altogether 487 reports. Notice the 10 tornado reports, so not that high on the tornado threat, as opposed to the day that we covered for 11 hours, which now stands at 52. Absolutely crazy. Crazy day there. Then the day before that stands at 66, so still absolutely crazy. Day before that, the high risk, 44, so still up there in reports. Now, I do want to check March. So this one has 841 reports, right? But I want to go all the way back. There's an easier way to do this, but I'm just going to torture myself by going all the way back from day to day. All the way back to March 14th. All the way back to here. Oh, so that's the biggest outbreak of 2024. Because that's at 816, and the one we just experienced the other day is at, I already forgot. Oh, boy. 841. There you go. 841. 841. Let me go ahead and... There we go. I just got a notification for something and I wanted to clear it. But we'll keep an eye on this tornado warning up here. This is the reason why we're at our tornado warning overlay. Nothing too over the top at all. So just make sure you're in your safe spot out here, Southwest PA. You're out there, if you're out there towards Uniontown. I don't believe a tornado's on the ground with this, but remember, tornado warning means a tornado is imminent or possibly even on the ground, so keep an eye on that. Definitely want to keep an eye on that for sure. Mountain size is 6 inches. Man, can you imagine a 6.5-inch hailstone hitting your car? Like, just imagine that. Just try to imagine that. Like, that would be insane. That would be my luck. That would be my luck right there. But yeah, we'll be covering Monday's threat, y'all. Tomorrow, I don't know. I'll keep an eye on things. If I'm available, I'll do a stream. If not, then I'll be back Monday for sure. So, Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. More importantly, hit the like button and share this with your family, friends, social media. More people we have in here, more people are weather aware. And the thing that I was thinking of doing, y'all, is vertical. What that means is that this would be like a YouTube short live stream. I would still have the same interactions. It would still be, generally the same, except for it'd be vertical. And I don't want to do that mainly because of the fact that it would, you'd go, sideways. It'd be weird. It'd be weird. It'd be weird. I like the landscape streams. So maybe I'll make an alt account and attempt to see something. See if it works. Let's see here. All right. I'm gonna quickly check this. Man. Tonight's Aurora begins at like 1-2 a.m. I didn't know I was like tracking severe weather or something. Because that's crazy. What's with the tornadoes today? Where's SPC? The SPC didn't even show 2%. They just overlooked something. Very localized environment, very low in probabilities, not enough to introduce a 2% tornado risk. Yeah, we do have a tornado risk down here. We've already seen a very strong area of rotation in this area. But this area was just not in a... it was too localized. It was too localized. I mean, it was this small area right here. Which is too local to at least going to the SBC because they didn't add it to add a 2%. But personally, I mean, I've seen 2%, about 50 miles wide, barely. And I mean, this one would be about 50 miles wide, so I don't really know why they wouldn't introduce a 2% for that. But yeah, thank you for the $5 donation, by the way. Greatly appreciated. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Also in a severe and a T-storm. Yeah. Well, I mean, this one's a severe and a marginal, not a T-storm. So, oh, I bet you're talking about this one. Yeah, you are. You're talking about that one in Texas. Man, oh man. Alright, let's see the activity here with the space weather. Whoa. Thank you for the $5 once again. Greatly appreciated. Jeez, yeah. The only area where you may be able to see auroras right now is like Greenland. I don't think I'm going up there just yet. I don't think I'm going up there. Alrighty. So, once again, we're just watching the next 3 days here for severe potential. We got to take it one day at a time, so we'll start off with today. Thank you for subscribing, Morgan. Much appreciated. So today we've got these isolated severe storms that have fired out here. There's not a whole lot firing to the south. I mean, we have a few rain showers that are trying to go here and out here in Mexico as well. But nothing too over the top whatsoever. The tornado risk today is fairly low, 2%. We also have a local environment up here towards southwestern PA where we do have a tornado warning right now. So that little corridor out here near Uniontown pointing southeast with these storms, it does have a chance for a brief spin-up tornado, but nothing too over the top at all. Nothing to the point where I would be concerned. But still, monitor the weather just in case you end up in a warning. Wind threat is also 5% today, so not that high at all. Hail threats 15%. That's the main issue. Is isolated, very large hail near 1.75 inch in diameter. Widespread 1 inch hail possible. Tomorrow, nearly the same ordeal. Tornado threats still fairly low, 2%. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see them add a very small 5% somewhere up in this general area here. Wind threat is 15%, so not that high for the wind threat either. And hail threat is a 15%, so not that high as well. And then Monday is where we start talking about our significant severe potential. We've got a 15 significant chance for severe weather right out here in that hatched area. Is that a 5 hatched? Haha! I caught you. Oh, wow. Interesting. Little 5 hatched right there. Yeah, that's just a graphical error there. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. Main threat with that is going to be very large hail, damaging winds, and a couple tornadoes will be possible. This is from Monday, once again. So nothing that should be over the top. You know, if you're out there in Texas, this is just a normal day for you, really. It doesn't seem like anything too special whatsoever. But I would definitely monitor it just in case. Tomorrow is the uncertainty day on whether I'll be doing a live stream for a briefing for coverage or no stream at all. So just make sure you have multiple ways to receive watches warnings just in case I don't end up live streaming tomorrow. And then Monday, I'm going to try to do a coverage Monday, but I might have something that interferes. I just have this 3-day period of stuff happening in real life that might interfere with live streams. Yesterday, there was no way to go live at all. And then we had the Auroras on top of everything, so. In jail, that's a normal in Texas. I don't think that's really normal per se. But sure. Alrighty. I wonder where the best place to view this Aurora would be. I thought about taking a trip up the mountains, but there ain't no way I'm driving to the mountains at 1 a.m. No way, bro. Yeah, you are not going to catch me out past probably 11 p.m. I was in my backyard yesterday at midnight just sitting there. With probably half the other people in the U.S., to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, this should be canceled shortly. It's either going to expire in 8 minutes or they'll just cancel it. There is no threat in sight for Indiana right now. Like, there's no solid potential. I'll be watching after the from May 20th to like May 30th is a stretch of severe potential. But I don't think that'll be in Indiana. I don't know, so I'll just watch it. Just watch from May 20th to May 30th, that time frame. But it shouldn't be anything too over the top whatsoever. Let's see here. All right. Wonder if I can move these overlays over to OBS. I'll look that up. I also want to fix the screen here. I was thinking about doing it right now. I'll wait till I end stream. Hey, I'm getting some rain, finally! Yes! Yay! I won't have pollen for a whole 2 hours tomorrow morning. Let's go. Let's go. The pollen has been horrific out here, man. I'm dying. I'm dying. You want some pizza? I had pizza today. Beat that, Caleb. I already had pizza. I already had pizza. Yeah. I'll just stay on this tornado warning because, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. We'll talk about all the weather. We'll go in depth here shortly. So before we go into that, make sure you guys have shared the stream with your family, friends, social media, and hit that like button. Once this warning expires, we'll go ahead and go into a more in-depth of that severe weather potential late this month. Even though it's far out, we'll still go in depth just to give you guys an idea of what we may be anticipating or what may be possible. Should probably update Nightbot too. There's a few things I need to get to. I need to make a list. I need to make a list. I've got to make a list of things that I need to do on this channel. Because I just keep piling things that I want to do, and then it just goes in the back of my brain, and I forget it. And I never do it again. When's the last video I've uploaded? May 7th? Or no, May 5th. Shoot, that means tomorrow's a week without a video. I don't like to go more than a week without a video. Maybe I'll have to do a video tomorrow about Monday if I get the time. Maybe. Man, I'm looking forward to hurricane season, but then again, I'm not. All right, let's go to our severe weather now. So the SPC has not outlined any areas of severe potential just yet. On their day 4 through 8 outlook, they don't talk too much about severe weather potential. I mean, if you read it, there's really not a whole lot that they say about severe potential. So, until you get towards the end. So towards the end, they say, even so, the persistence of favorable lower-level moisture and buoyancy from Texas across the southeastern states suggests some severe potential could materialize midweek through the weekend. That would be next week, right? Isn't it like a Saturday? Yeah, so they're talking about like a week from today or so. Which that would probably be this one right here. That'd probably be this one. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That 3-day time frame. What the heck? Okay. I just saw tornado ingredients up there for some reason. I was like, what? So this is probably our next big severe threat potential. Monday's there. It's just kind of there. I mean, it doesn't look like anything ridiculous at all. It's just kind of sitting there. So I'm not too worried for Monday just yet. But you can see, like, if we had, Lord have mercy, if we had a solid jet stream in place, yikes. Yikes. So thank goodness we don't have any big negative tilt trough or anything. Because that would be a big issue for Sunday. Or Monday. Monday. My word. I'm tired. I'm very, very tired already. It's only 7 o'clock. That's why I said there's no way I'm making it till 2 a.m. Then we go into this next severe stretch on Friday. Just for fun. Let's just pull a sounding out here. And another one over here. And why not? We'll just pull one like right at Caleb's house too for fun. Right off the bat, nothing too impressive whatsoever. So on this one, you have really good lapse rates. I mean, neither one of these really look good at all. This one looks okay, but the lapse rates are lacking. So, I mean, it's not the worst. Not the worst at all. And then Caleb has like 100 instability out there. Look at that. Oh, what the heck does that mean? Yeah. Caleb's doing some funny stuff out there at his house. Look at that sounding. That's some Illinois weather for you. Then we could go out to this stretch of severe weather here. I just want to pull another one out here. This is going to be May 21st. I just want to see how crazy this is. So this is a bit contaminated. There's probably storms ongoing in that environment. Oh, there's actually not. So is there capping or something? Yep. Yep. You betcha. So really, really good. Wow, this is a very good environment. My word. Look at that. That is a really good environment. With the exception of the capping being in place. Like if there wasn't a capping, which you can see is in place right here. It's where your capping is. It's right at the lower levels. And then you do have a bit in the mid levels, but mainly the lower levels. There's some here, looks like, but mainly, definitely more mainly down here. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on that day. But this is La La Land, which is why I like to use the ensembles. So basically what this does is this combines 20 different ridiculous GFS model runs and combines it into one. That's really what it does. So it combines all these 20 ridiculous GFS model runs and it combines it into one map, which makes it somewhat accurate. More accurate than the deterministic model runs from the GFS. And you can see, like I said, Monday's probably going to have the highest potential. It doesn't mean that Monday's going to be, a high-end severe threat. It's just going to have the highest potential out of the three. And then Tuesday, it moves in towards like Florida, Alabama, Georgia, but still nothing too over the top. With Thursday, not much to speak of. Friday, it does look like we could have a deep south event on Friday. Saturday, we start to recover, and then Sunday, a little bit of ingredients towards the plains, but that really kicks up on Monday. But again, this is far out to the point where I wouldn't be concerned about it. I feel like the main day to watch right now is going to be Monday. Tomorrow, I'd still keep an eye on tomorrow because if we manage to see a storm that's dislodged from the rain band in north central Texas, so basically if, just using the HRR 18Z here. So if we manage to see like a supercell like that, that's dislodged from all this rain over here, that's where we're going to have an issue. That's when we'd have an issue for very large hail and tornadoes. But the tornado aspect should be limited probably by the, definitely not by the temperature dew point spread, but probably by the shear. Yeah, most likely by the wind shear. There's not really a whole lot of jet stream out here. I mean, if we take a look at the NAM, you actually have a shortwave. Look at that. You actually have a negatively tilted embedded shortwave here. Look at that. You've got 3 of them. That's something. So that would actually increase the all hazards potential, especially out towards wherever those storms can occur. Let's see what the NAM 3K shows. Mess. Mess. The heck is... What is that? What's the NAM doing? Hold on. Does HRR have that? The HRR has that a bit more south. The NAM has it up here in the Panhandle, Oklahoma, Southwest Kansas. And then the HRR has it in Texas. So I don't know if that would be a tornado threat or not. Probably not. If so, very low end. A lot of this looks to be big old hail. Big old hail, man. That's just what Texas is. It's hail. It's a lot of hail. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure. And if it manages to look interesting, I suppose we'll cover it. If I'm available at the time. NatoCast has a big old 5% out there for these storms tomorrow. But, I mean, I feel like they're going to be elevated. I feel like they're going to be big old hailers and barely any of a tornado threat. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on it just in case. Just in case. Alright, if you guys have any questions or concerns or want me to talk anything about the weather, just let me know in the chat. I'll gladly answer any weather-related questions. Maybe with the exception of the Aurora. Now I'm probably going to get like a billion Aurora questions because I just don't know a lot about space weather. Like I can give you a tiny forecast for it, but I'm not good at all. That is definitely something a 14-year-old would say, Caleb. I should probably unmod you because you're like 13. Let's see here. Man. These things are just big hailers, man. You're 30. Jeez. Man. Let's see. Give a forecast for what? If you're talking about your area, let's see. Pez, you are clear. There you go. Great forecast. Great talk. Great talk. Um, I mean, I don't know why the thunder would sound weird. I know the power lines were sizzling yesterday here in Virginia, but that's not really thunder. There was a lot of crews this morning. I was driving around, and there's a lot of crews working on the power lines, so I'm sure some of them something happened for sure. I know the Aurora disrupted them, but I mean, power crews actually had to go out and I guess fix it. I mean, I never lost power, and I never saw any power outages reported, so I don't know why there'd be much of an issue with that. Hey, Legacy's here. Welcome back. So tomorrow, Monday, are going to be crappy for East Central Texas. Yep. Yep. Have fun with that, man. Have fun with that. I'm glad I don't live out there in Texas. Although I am thinking about moving out there. Funny enough. I don't know if I'll ever do that, but yeah, East Texas, just rain, thunderstorms, everything. Pretty much everything but snow. But I've thought about moving out there towards like the Southern Plains for a while now. I'll probably be out there eventually. If not, I'll definitely take a chasecation for sure, 100%. I don't know if that'll be next year or not. I just don't know for that one. But eventually I'll go out there. Let's see here. Man, I tell you, 2024 is just crazy. We've had a solar eclipse. We've had big old tornado with EF5 wind speeds. Thankfully, did not inflict EF5 damage. Auroras, multiple photogenic tornadoes. Absolutely crazy stuff. And unfortunately, we've already had 2 violent tornadoes. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the year has to hold. It's probably just going to get crazier from here. I can't say about the severe weather getting crazier, but I mean, hurricane season is going to be crazy. I can tell you that. Hold on, let me mute my desktop audio. Okay. Because I don't know what this is going to... Oh, okay. It's just on my comments. Got it. Didn't know if it was going to play my video or not, or something. Let's see. No, I did not see that. Legacy. I have not checked Discord in forever. At least the Discord server. I mean, I bumped it yesterday at 8:47, but... Man. Is that in weather photos or something? Oh, there you go. Man, I just don't know how you get that stuff. Legacy, that's crazy. Virginia could never. Virginia could never do that one. Hello, Misty. Holy moly, can I switch to the right tab? There you go. Alright. So right now we have a few severes. We have this one in Gatesville, Texas. I Hail, big old hail. That's the main thing. 1.75-inch hail. That's a considerable, which is considered significant. Severe thunderstorm warning. We have some out here in New Mexico as well. This was considerable. Oh, here comes the Yawn Fest. It's considerable for hail towards the Dexter, southeast New Mexico area. Fort Sumner for 1.25-inch hail. I don't know if this thing's just dropping ridiculous hail or if the radar's just like contaminated or something, because I have a feeling this thing's not producing like I mean that type of DBZ is like, you know, 3+ inch hail DBZ, if not greater than that. And I just don't think that it's actually dropping that. It could be though. It could be. I mean, it might actually be dropping like near 3-inch hail over there. I just feel like it's like something's up with it. Like, is there a mountain here that it's scanning through like a mountain and giving this thing a big mountain core or something? I just don't trust it. But if that DBZ is right, I mean, it'd be yikes. It'd be yikes. Doesn't look that good on satellite. Let's see, it's the Northern Severe, right? Yes. I mean, it doesn't have an overshooting top. If it does, it's very small. I do see one now, actually, now that I see it. It actually does look pretty good on satellite. How high is it, though? That's another question. Um, 35,000 feet up. It's not that high at all. Now that is contamination. I can I can assure you that is contamination right there. Yes, Misty, but radar lives very frequently. What does GR Earth say? Okay, see, now that's MRMS. MRMS does not lie nearly as frequently. Alright, let me check MRMS on this site. Yeah, I mean, that checks out. That does check out. We'll see if they upgrade that. I mean, I feel like if it was producing or had the opportunity to produce that big of hail, this thing would be warned for more than like, what is it warned for? 1.2 or something? Yeah, 1.25. They just upgraded it to 1.75. But I mean, even that is on the underside of what this would actually be producing. Let's see. So we'll keep an eye on this. This is our biggest storm right now. It is significant. It is a significant severe. One for 1.75-inch hail. So we'll keep an eye on that. Like most of these are. I think this is the only one that's not. I mean, this one's significant, 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 and I don't think... Oh, they did continue that one for 47 more minutes. Boy, you just won in a rain shower. This thing barely even has any precip on it anymore. Look at that. That thing's dying out fast. Yeah, they warned that for 1-inch hail, 50-mile-an-hour winds, but I would be blown away if that's producing anything more than half-inch hail. And then this is significant too. Okay, not that. Alrighty. Well, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel. I will definitely be live at some point on Monday for live coverage. I don't know about tomorrow at all. So, yeah, just make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell set to all. That way you know when I go live again. Maybe I'll attempt to get a video out tomorrow if I end up having time or not, but we'll see. For all the way till like Tuesday, it's just going to be uncertainty on when I stream or if I can do a video. So, my apologies. What did Blacksburg just? Why did I get a notification for Blacksburg? What do they do? It won't pop up. Did they issue something? Let's see. There definitely ain't anything severe enough out here in their jurisdiction, that's for sure. Aha! Clouds should clear up by 10 p.m. for most of the area. If you're going to be looking for an aurora tonight, bring a jacket. It'll be chilly again. Looks like the best viewing will be between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. Man. That's a doozy. That's a doozy. I don't know if I'll be staying up for that. That was my local National Weather Service. How close are we? And that's in Eastern time. Yeah, there's no imminent tornado threat at all out of any of these. They're big hailers. This one's starting to look interesting, but I mean, it's literally just a hook of hail. That's what that is. Because it kind of looks like it's hooking right here, but it's not. It's just a bunch of hail in it. Let's get a 3D of this. Yeah, I mean, that thing is small, man. That thing is small. What the heck's that? What's that at the top? It's just some weird features from a storm, I suppose. I mean, there is a little bit of a overshooting area right here. Is that where the main hail core is? It is. So this thing might actually be producing pretty big hail. We'll see. I don't think there's many people inside the path of that, so I don't expect to see any reports tonight from this thing. But that is a beast of a storm, regardless. Oh, that's going towards Santa Rosa, actually. I know a lot of... I don't know a lot of people who live there, but I know people live there. I know there's a bit of people out there. Let me see how many people are inside that warning area. Oh, not that. Not that. Gracious day. Shoot. Give me a severe. There is 3,200. It's probably starting to weaken. I bet it's going to weaken right as you get towards Santa Rosa. Which is, of course, good news. Let's see here. Okay. Well, like I said, we'll conclude shortly in probably 15 minutes or so. Because there's not a lot to really talk about at all. We could keep watching this thunderstorm for decades. Man. This has got to be like the weakest storm I've ever seen in New Mexico, right? Like, this is the average storm in Texas. But even the radar is starting to think that that's rotating. There's a high chance that it's very elevated, and there's no rotation there. Also, this severe watch in southeastern, whatever the heck this is, Manitoba, Canada. Um, it expires in freaking 7 hours and 9 minutes. But it's practically, I mean, storms are like in the U.S. now. They're starting to get into the U.S. Wow. So Pez, who lives south of Pittsburgh, near where the tornado occurred, he just got the alert saying that a tornado touched down. Bro, that was like an hour 50 minutes ago. Gracious day. Imagine, like, if he was in the path, and of course, I mean, that's a life-threatening situation. And an hour 50-minute late warning, like, geez. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Is that Apple? Is that Apple, Pez? I bet it was Apple. That's why I have my own radar programs. Nah, I knew it. I knew it. There was no way it was Android. I say that because I've never had a late alert in my life with an Android phone. They've always been right on time, right off the bat. You know what? I probably need to show you guys one of my Aurora photos. So you guys want to see one of my Aurora pictures from yesterday? Oh my goodness. Gracious day. Let me get it. Let me get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Alrighty. Let me send it to my account here. I'm gonna do, let's see. I'm gonna do this one, and yes, I know my camera is still off for those who may be saying why it's off. I do know it's off. This one. All right. Is that last one gone or something? There we go. Alrighty, y'all. Let me show you these Aurora photos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. And zoom out. Alright, here you go. No, this one's blurry. Definitely not the best one, I could tell you that. That one's blurry. There's one. Here's probably the best one. It's probably the best one I took. And then here is another one. This is when it was starting to weaken. It also has the moon in it. And I've got some red ones too from also when it was starting to die down a bit. And then this is either this one's the best one or this one. Those are my four Aurora pictures. I got hundreds. But I mean, I think these two are the best ones right here and right here. I love both of those the most. All right, let's go ahead and pull this over here. That's what I got. And it was actually visible from just my eye, too. Well, I mean, compared to Ethan's, I don't think mine were actually half bad, considering he's all the way up there in freaking Ontario. Let's see. Ethan, were those very visible to the eye, too? Or is that, like, special exposure with the camera? Yeah, Isabel, I saw yours. It looked like you took it on a webcam. I thought I saw the webcam one. I don't know if I saw the actual ones you did. Let me see if I can go over here and find them. Oh, there's the actual ones. That is, wow. You actually got a couple of them. Wow. I'm surprised. All the way down in Shreveport. Jeez. Yeah, yeah, I saw it's not even a webcam, but it kind of looked like it because it was so dark. Here, I'll reply. I'll reply to it. I thought that one was a webcam. Let's see. Let me go over to. Whoa, don't play that. There we go. Alrighty. Well, we're probably about to call it quits, y'all. So once again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And yeah, I don't know about switching to the different mode or whatnot because YouTube introduced that like a month ago or something, like 3 months ago. But yeah, I mean this has always worked perfectly fine. Yeah, I saw a bunch in general chat. I saw a lot in general chats all over the place. Some in my server and then other servers, and then I saw it on Twitter a bunch as well. I think just about everybody saw an Aurora yesterday. Of course, some got it way better than others. I think mine was decent. I'll check again. Oh, now that is an Aurora picture, y'all. You gotta go check the Discord server. Should be first link in the description, is it? So if you guys have Discord, first link in the description is all the socials, and then if you just want Discord, second one in the description. Well, thank you, Ailey. And thank you, Isabel, as well. Let's see, what did Grayson say, too? I want to see what Grayson said. Grayson, did you see any Auroras? Or you, Haley? Did you guys see any Auroras out there? Most of them you had to see from the from cameras. Like if you were south of the green, which went down to, I think my area was in the green at one point. It was generally a cutoff somewhere like this. I don't exactly remember. Actually, I could look up the past forecast, actually. I could look up the past one. It barely hit Virginia and southern Kansas, southern Missouri, central Colorado, northern Nevada, Oregon too, Washington. Nothing. Saw nothing. Well, you might get another chance tonight. I don't know if you're gonna stay up till till 5 a.m. I believe the peak's gonna be 5 a.m. Hold on. Maryland. Yeah. Too far up. That's hail. I'll close that. Let's go check this crazy storm again. See if they upped it at all. Nope. This looks like rapid rotation. But if you're new to weather, that's most likely elevated. So that's probably hail velocities that you're seeing there. Now watch it get tornado warned. But there's a very high chance that it's just elevated. Mostly hail there. Plus it's scanning right through too. But I mean, it could be something. It could be something. You never know. It is New Mexico after all, so. What the heck did you just tag me on? What? Um, I feel like that's got to be a different tornado, Pez. Hold on. All right, well, we're going to end stream, but I'll try to validate that after. Because I don't think that's the right one. But anyways, y'all, we're about to end stream, so if you can, real quick before you head out, hit that subscribe button. That's what these briefings are for. They're to reach a more of an audience, so that way when we start seeing significant severe weather, or when we're covering stuff, we can we'll reach more of an audience and more people. And yeah, also hit that like button on your way out as well, and share this channel with your family, friends, social media. I greatly appreciate it that you guys spent an hour and a half with me, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. I may or may not see you tomorrow, but I will definitely see you Monday, unless something changes. I've had a lot going on in my life. In the last 24 hours, a lot's changed. So no promises on an exact stream, but I should be live. I'm definitely aiming for Monday. Should be a coverage stream for about 3 hours. So I should see y'all for a solid stream Monday. And hopefully we'll have Connor with us. Hopefully we'll have Connor with us as well. And yeah, that is going to be it. Maybe I'll be able to storm chase sometime in the next year whenever we get a good threat out here in Virginia. I tested out some equipment, and I'm definitely good to go for a chase whenever that may be. So, yeah.
Tornado warning for north central Guadalupe County in east central New Mexico, Guadalupe County in New Mexico.
Yep. Kind of thought that would occur, honestly, because that was getting a little bit too tight. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it. If that manages to become a strong tornado, then I will go live again. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in Monday's live stream, possibly tomorrow's. We'll see. If that manages to drop a big tornado, I'll be live again, I guess. So yeah, have a great rest of your night, and I'm gonna have to skip a bit of the outro music. Goodbye. Stay safe, watch the severe weather, and I'll see you guys in another live stream. Have a great rest of your night. Goodbye.